steal a line from many a sportscaster, you are looking live at the eclipse over Indianapolis. And I can tell you, this is perfect timing if you're just joining in, because we've had a lot of clouds move across the sky. Many of you are going to remove cumulus clouds from your list of favorite clouds because they're blocking your view. You're not going to see me, which is a good thing. You're just going to stare at the eclipse. We've got a nice little stretch here before clouds from thunderstorms that sit just west of Indianapolis start to obscure the view. But we're just minutes away. 2:25 is when it reaches 91% eclipse in Indianapolis. If you've seen coverage out west, where it first started in Portland, Oregon, it goes totally dark. It was so cool to see. You could see flash bulbs from people's cameras. You could see the screen on their phone. For about 2 minutes, 30 seconds, it went dark, and then that burst of sunlight comes back. I'm on the RTV6 rooftop, and I can vouch that this is taking a chunk out of economic activity today. I can look across to the lottery building. There are people on the roof there. You look south across I-65, and a lot of people out in parking lots with their viewing glasses to check this out. If you don't have a view, don't panic. If you didn't drive to another state to see this, don't panic. Just stay where you are and be patient. 7 years. April 8th, 2024 will be a total solar eclipse for Indianapolis. So everybody will be coming to us to get prime viewing. You could probably rent out a room in your house, park cars in your driveway, just like or in your yard, just like for the Indianapolis 500. So I'm not alone up here on the roof. I want everybody that's up here for historical purposes just to introduce yourself real quick. You're first.
Jason, Ronimus.
Todd.
Oh, he's hiding his last name. He's hiding his last name, but we're on the air because of him. He's a technical guy.
Mandy Walker.
Joe Ford.
Seth Keever.
Steve Brenneman.
Nate Briggs.
Frank Young.
Jason Strong.
And you've got to sign in yourself if you're watching this right now. I cannot see your comments, but I feel your presence. And so go ahead and sign in. Let us know what you're seeing, whether you're frustrated, whether you're happy, whether you're sad you didn't travel to see this, or whether you're excited because it will come to Indianapolis. It'll actually, the difference is, so this is so exciting for the country because it goes from Oregon to the Carolinas. In 2024, it will cut from Texas to just south of St. Louis, through Indianapolis, through Cleveland. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame will be in this, and you've seen all of the songs that have to do with Eclipse and Cat Stevens' Moon Shadow. I can't get that out of my head today. Then it goes from Cleveland to Buffalo into the northeastern U.S. where you'll be able to see that. I can tell you standing out here, if you don't have the glasses, there's a temptation to look up there, but don't do it. Don't you do it. You are looking at the eclipse through the lens of a welding helmet. I knew this day would come, so when I was in shop class, 9th grade at Fulton Junior High, I said, can I keep this helmet so when there's an eclipse we can shoot this? And they said, absolutely, because you have no welding career in front of you. We had to make a toolbox with some rivets and do some other welding, and I couldn't close that thing. It was so bent. So there were issues. But the welding helmet is coming in handy today. I can see my shadow, which means there are 2.5 more hours till the evening news, and about 48 hours until temperatures are in the 70s for highs and lows will be in the 50s. Okay, yeah, all right. I see some angry faces going across the sky now. I'm assuming it's not for my commentary. It is for the clouds that are getting in your way. I see a couple hearts. And what if you? That is awesome. So now I'm looking at what you're looking at. Getting dark on the south side. Can see it in Wingate with a welding helmet. All right, welcome to the welding club. So cool, says Angela. Is the video live in Indy? Yes, this is the view from Indianapolis, the RTV6 rooftop at 1330 North Meridian. Now, I can say that I do think occasionally we take another feed from ABC, so you may see an occasional shot that comes in from elsewhere. But you learn when we talk about mostly cloudy skies, 6/10 to 9/10 of the sky covered by clouds, you still work in some patches where we're getting a good view of this. At times the eclipse is eclipsed by the cloud cover, but in general you get a peek at it. And you're realizing if you have a group of 5 or 10 with you, you don't need 10 pair of glasses. You can pass them around and share them. We are all getting along so nicely up here with 1 pair of glasses. I haven't seen any tension, any frustration, nobody doing anything other than a light tap on the person's shoulder. My turn, my turn, my turn. As we get a look at this. I see a lot of angry faces. I need to know. So you're blocked by the cloud cover. What time in Cloverdale, Indiana? Right now. Now's your time, Tricia. And you should be seeing basically what we're seeing, but you're going to have more cloud cover. I'll be amazed if you don't. Let's see. Will it get dark in Indianapolis? If so, what time? No, we're at the peak right now. So that just shows you amazingly how powerful the sun is, that it's 91% blocked as you're looking at it right now. But in essence, there's no perceptible difference. There are no trees filled with birds that think it's nighttime. No one that I see outside really in the shade. So there's no perceptible difference at 91%. That's why I think that the path of totality is so popular, because that's where you get the visual effect, but you get the emotional impact. I can see it in between Bainbridge and Greencastle. Good. I was figuring, Deanna, that you had cloud cover in your way. What time in Cicero? Everywhere right now. Everywhere right now. But you're seeing it, of course, there. But if you have viewing glasses, you can test it out and look outside for yourself as well. Crickets are chirping in Valparaiso. That happens all the time, Kristen. But that's pretty awesome. Let's see. My dogs aren't happy. Abigail, Parker Poe. That could be the humidity, Abigail. They'll feel better here. Crickets are chirping in Pittsburgh. Nice, Kathy. Thanks for sharing that. Let's see. We're using a welding helmet also, Vicki Williams. I'm trying to remember my shop teacher from 9th grade. I passed the class despite showing no ability. So that was nice. See it in Arlington in 10th. Just experienced totality in Warrensburg, Missouri. Most awesome thing I've ever witnessed. This is Melinda Steele. The diamond ring turned into a ruby ring as darkness faded after totality. So the diamond ring effect, and maybe you've seen this in ABC's coverage, when it comes out of totality, there's this burst of light that kind of looks like the diamond on the ring setting, and it is pretty dramatic. This is pretty dramatic too. There's one guy getting a view of this leaning on a garbage dumpster and taking a look at the great eclipse. So there's a little of Americana mixed in there. What do we got? So you can see right now, it's basically maximum across the state of Indiana, whether you're north to south, and we'll start working our way back out here because it's, what time do you have on your, my watch is a little off. I have 2:28, but it should be 2:24. So we're getting there right now. At 25 after is the time that we're 91% eclipsed, if you want to call it that. And the moon is 250,000 miles away, and the sun is anywhere from 90 to 94 million miles away. So the difference in size is tremendous, but the difference in distance makes up for that. So it appears in the sky as if the moon is almost the size of the sun, and thus you can block it. So this is prime time here. Not as dark as I thought it would be. Raina, correct. And so that's why totality. So you're talking about 9% from totality, but a huge difference in perception of the eclipse. If you weren't paying attention, you probably wouldn't think anything of it. If you were just going about your business and you weren't aware that this was happening. NASA said welding glasses shouldn't be used unless they are at a high level. Yeah, so you're using like welding helmet quality. I don't know all of my welding glass standards, but the big welding helmet, what number? 13 plus. Yeah, so raining west side of Indianapolis. Maria, we are sorry. Hopefully you've had a chance to see this. So we're in downtown Indianapolis again, if you just happen to join us. It's only, I think, the second time ever in my RTV6 career that I've been on the roof. We do have a weather station up here. I can see the anemometer right now. We have a tipping bucket rain gauge, which every 100th of an inch rattles off and registers down below as to how much rainfall we've had. The last time I was up here, we had to put up our own ladder and kind of shimmy our way up here. But this time it was a professional ladder that got me right up here, so it was a very nice, easy trip. And we're not the only ones on the roof. I'm looking across the way here, the next building at about 1300 North Meridian. If you call their offices now, I won't say what it was, but no one will answer because they're not there. They're on the roof right now. I assume there's someone in the lobby just to make sure everything stays cool. I would say, you know, with the cloud cover, with it reaching totality now as far as 91% in Indianapolis, everything's a little dimmer. I mean, it might be a slight dimmer switch that, you know, like in your dining room, you tone down the light just a little bit. Should be somewhat perceptible. Uh-oh, you got to sign in. We've had people signing in. Verbally identify.
I'm Call 6 Investigates Paris LaBelle.
Okay, so what we're doing is just kind of getting a historical record here of who's on the rooftop, because in 7 years, you don't have to go anywhere, you don't have to do anything, and do this. Can you look outside just not at the sun? Oh yeah. I mean, if you're just looking horizontal like we are, I'm looking up at the lottery sign that's at 16th and Illinois. 650 million is the Powerball. That's coming up. So you go about your normal life as long as you're not staring up. And that's why, you know, with pets, they're going to be fine. I've never once caught my dog staring at the sun, and I say, Rory Gregory, will you quit staring at the sun? So even if she's laying on her back just rolling in the grass, it's not really an issue, because she's got other things to worry about, like hawks and owls and things that are going to take her out long before the sun would. So right now, I see towering cumulus clouds that occasionally block the eclipse. So now we work our way out, and just off the top of my head, I think it's 3:48. So this is going to go on for another bit here. It'll be 3:48 before we're totally done with this, and it'll just start working its way the other way. Some other facts I was looking up there: 20 national parks in the path of totality, and so they were expecting, you know, record crowds, obviously, for that. 2024 is the next total eclipse for Indianapolis, so that's hard to believe that it'll just be 7 years from now. And Carbondale, Illinois was going to have the longest period of maximum eclipse at 2 minutes 40 seconds. And then Nashville, what's that? Oh, it's cloudier than here in Nashville, Tennessee? Oh, in Carbondale, Illinois. So that'll be interesting to see how it unfolds, because if you got hotel reservations months in advance, you've been camped out there and it's cloudy, if people started making a move earlier to try to get into a better position to see the eclipse, then they'd have to do that. My headlights came on, Gary, and you weren't in the tunnel, I'm assuming. Thank you, Gary, for sharing that. Thought 91% would be dark. It is what it is, and so that's 91% with the help of some cumulus clouds dimming it as well. So I think it would be virtually imperceptible if you didn't know. You just wouldn't draw your attention to, you'd think it's just the cloud cover at this point. Just for the record, my legs are starting to sweat just a little bit. The humidity's high, so I feel my pants sticking to my legs, and kind of in the shade here. Greenwood is really dark, so you're looking at Indianapolis, and you're seeing coverage that kind of alternates between NASA, ABC's coverage, and what we're doing here on RTV6 is we've been bringing you basically live coverage. Play-by-play of an event that's 3 hours long and moving at in a real perceptible snail's pace. It would be like if we brought you the woolly worm as it emerges in the fall, and we're going to carry it live to watch him cross the road, the first one that we've seen. And what color is he? How fast is he moving? They always say if they move faster, that has some impact on the forecast and what to perceive for the winter forecast. But you know, relative to cars, woolly worms are never moving too quickly. So I don't know how valuable that is. Don't you worry, I'm ready to clear the rooftop here at a moment's notice. If I hear thunder or see lightning, we are all going down into the RTV6 studio. But right now we've got a little blast of sunshine, as well as, there it is, live in Indianapolis. That's what we're looking at through the lens of my elementary or my junior high welding helmet. And I'm winking, of course, because I didn't get to keep that. I wish I knew we could wear a welding helmet. Sandy, so you had one you could have grabbed? I think a welding helmet would be almost harder than getting the glasses, but maybe not. But here's the lesson. I'm telling you right now, don't tell everybody that there's another eclipse in 7 years. Collect all of the glasses and hold on to them, because then you will be ready for the eclipse, because I guarantee a lot of people are going to be getting rid of these. You know how we are as Americans, man. Let's move on. It's time to move on. By 5 p.m., we're going to forget this ever happened, and we're going to be on to the next big thing. And so it'll be the Powerball jackpot. So collect the glasses, hold on to those, and put them in a safe place. Thank you, Shira says, for going live and letting us all see this. Hope you're enjoying it. And that's the beauty of this. Thundering, Deanna says, in Bainbridge out in Putnam County. How about West Lafayette? You were challenged by clouds and thunderstorms too up in West Lafayette. Carolyn Beeman says, yeehaw. That means she had a view. Looks like dusk, another comment. Muncie, Indiana, and just looks like cloudy skies, not even dark. Even here where the sun has been out, and right now it's probably bursting through nicely, you wouldn't call it dark at all. And of course we're past then the 91%, and we're moving toward adding more and more light. But that's still pretty cool if you can. It's just, what I got a kick out of watching ABC was not so much seeing what you're seeing now, the percentage of the sun blocked by the moon, but how the landscape changed when you just saw the people and you saw the darkness, and you could see the flash photography, and you could see building lights come on, you could see the screen on the iPhone just for a couple of minutes, and then back to business as usual, because once the sun emerges, then it quickly brightens back up. Uh-oh, a doctor friend of mine is calling. He's not an ophthalmologist, so let's see what this is. Are you looking at the eclipse? Yeah. Okay, so did you see people? I'm talking to a friend. You're on Facebook Live right now, and so you're driving on I-70 from Dayton. Did you see people pulled off the road or anything? Okay, rest areas are packed as a result of that. Yeah, it's good viewing because you can't really see it while you're moving, but there's a lot of cloud cover, and we're going in and out of the clouds here, but it wasn't perceptibly darker, maybe just a hint that it got a little bit darker. Yeah. 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 So how little sun was there, but it doesn't seem that dark. It just shows you how powerful the sun is. We only need, you know, you can have the whole thing, but we only need the edge. You know, like when the monster truck shows come in, you can have the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge. So, all right, I got to go because I'm trying to be professional here, and it's going the wrong direction. All right, see you, Dr. Jim. So anyway, rest stops are full along the highways. Who knows, look in your driveway. You may have extra people there that have parked to try to check this out and enjoy what has worked out nicely. Now, I know, like all politics is local, all weather's local, and all eclipse viewing is local. So if you've been mired in the clouds, and I look west now, northwest from downtown, you're not seeing what we're seeing. So I can feel your emotional angst, and I know it's been frustrating, but you've been able to watch it live and see what others across the country are experiencing and what we're experiencing right here in Indianapolis. You know what I've discovered here? I really like being, quote, on TV without being seen. I'm fearless. So if I could go on RTV6 and you just never see me again, that'd be awesome. You just hear me. It's kind of like that ABC show where the guy walked up to the fence. What show was that? With Home Improvement with Tim Allen?
With Wilson.
Wilson, the neighbor. Yeah, you just saw the top of his head. And so if, uh-oh, the birds are on the move. So I don't know if they've been roosting. There are a lot of, what are those called? Pigeons that roost on the building next to us. And they're always nervous because there's hawks around here to begin with. But maybe they started gathering up as it got just slightly darker. Did it start to rain?
It looks like out west.
Oh yeah, I can see it out west. So the thunderstorms are moving in. It's a balance between needing rain because we've only had 1800s for the entire month of August, and then needing to see this eclipse. But I'm glad that you've joined us here. All right, do one more thing. In terms of weather, make it rain emojis on the screen, baby. Light it up. I want to see every possible emoji come flying across that screen to show that you've been there, that you're following this eclipse, and that you're still with us, and you'll return in 2024. Save your glasses, find glasses if you don't have them, put them away, and you'll be able to use them again. There we go. It's like the grand finale of a fireworks show. Look at this. Look at all of those emojis coming. We're exploding with hearts. We got some frustrated faces. We got a few tears. We got a lot of thumbs up. And I think overall, this has been what will be deemed a nationwide success as people enjoy the eclipse. And we get to see it in all these different spots. Some with perfect clarity. Carbondale, Illinois, there'll be some frustrated people there. We'll hear from Rafael Sanchez. He's down in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. He'll have live reports tonight, and we'll see what his view is and how people's mood was there. But thanks for lighting it up. Keep it going. This is a grand finale. Fire away. I can point out as you're looking at the eclipse, and then I'm looking at these emojis. Thunderstorms sit out in Hendricks County from near Frankfort and Clinton County to near Liston, Brownsburg, back to Waveland, south of Crawfordsville, and north of Greencastle. So that's a beautiful sight as well to finally get get some rain. Man, that is awesome just to see all the thumbs up and different emojis on the screen. I can report the rooftop has been cleared at the building next door. The man leaning on the dumpster to get a view has left, and there aren't as many people in the parking lot. So I think with thunderstorms just a little northwest of our rooftop, we're going to seek a place of safety. Once again, anonymously reporting from the RTV6 rooftop for the only the second time in my 29 years at RTV6. This has been Kevin Lloyd Gregory and everybody else who signed in. We'll be back in 2024 and we'll do this again. I just want you to hear we have gravel on the rooftop. Listen to this. That's me heading down. I'm going to rappel down with the microphone cable into the parking lot. Just listen to make sure it all goes well. All right? Bye-bye.